All right, welcome back. We're kicking it back old school to the days when we were just on Newsmax once a week on What's the Deal, our hit show that was on Sundays on Newsmax. And back then we had Dr. Michael Busler on with us, and he joins us again to talk about the state of the recovery, the state of the economy, and the state of the Garden State. Doc, tell us what's going on down in your state in New Jersey and how badly the governor is killing the shore areas.
Well, John, actually, before we get there, a little bit of breaking news in the last few minutes is the governor of New Jersey, and this goes in hand in hand with what you're talking with Dr. Busler about, has lifted the stay-at-home order. He's asking people to still wear face coverings and still practice social distancing 6 feet away and so forth. But now, gatherings of up to 100 people will be permitted outdoors, and gatherings of up to 50 people will be permitted indoors. Indoor dining is still not allowed for now. So certainly a good sign economically, I would think, Dr. Busler.
Well, I think it's a good start, but the shore businesses here need to get open. Remember, they've got to do a year's worth of business in about 6 months. We've already missed what we refer to as the shoulder season from Easter to Memorial Day. We missed entirely. We missed Memorial Day weekend, and now we missed the 2 weekends after that. For businesses, that's about 25% of their annual revenue is gone, and we're still not open yet. I hope we can get fully open before the 4th of July. If not, these businesses will see 30 to 50% declines in revenue. And at the same time, they're now paying much more for labor. 2 years ago, they were paying $8.65 an hour for completely unskilled labor. They're now paying $11 an hour for completely unskilled labor. That's a 30% increase in their labor costs. Add that to the decrease in revenue, and I see a number of businesses, perhaps 10 to 20% of businesses, going out of business and not coming back, making it worse. Even if they get through this year, next year, they have to pay $12 an hour for labor. The year after that, $13. The year after that, $14. And the year after that, $15 an hour. That alone will wipe out 10 to 15% of small businesses. We've got to get opened immediately. And further down the road, I'd look for a relaxing of that minimum wage for seasonal businesses. Otherwise, you're going to destroy the economy here.
Yeah, and Doc, there's also that multiplier effect on it, right? You got, a 30% drop in gross revenue, and then you have, a 30, almost 40% increase in one of your biggest costs, labor. So, of course, this is going to exterminate businesses because they can't have rising costs and lower gross revenues. It's going to put them to sleep.
That's exactly right. These businesses need to get open immediately. And I've been trying to push. I was pushing a May 15th opening date for these businesses so they could have taken advantage of Memorial Day weekend. We obviously missed that, but we need to open as soon as possible to get these businesses open. We'll practice whatever safety stuff we have to practice, but we need to get as close to 100% utilization by the 4th of July weekend as possible. Otherwise, the economy will be destroyed. Look at the casino industry. They've been shut down too since the middle of March. I wouldn't be surprised to see perhaps one of the casinos not being able to survive going into the future. And the timing couldn't be worse. The Atlantic City casino market peaked in 2006, and for the next decade, it got clobbered. We had a recession, a lot of competition, all kinds of things. Finally, we're starting to turn it around. 2019 was actually a good year for the casino industry. We'd like to build on that. Now this comes, and the governor's actions are making this much worse. We need to get the economy opened here. The damage from keeping the economy closed will be greater than any damage you might incur from an increase in the case of number of cases of the coronavirus.
No doubt about it. All right, Doc, thank you very much for joining us. Dr. Michael Busler, professor of finance at Stockton University. Keep us posted on what's happening with the Garden State. We want to come back and do liquid lunch from down there. Thank you, Doc.
Always my pleasure. Thank you.
All right, so Frank, we're just about to wrap it up here. Thank you for the breaking news that Phil Murphy and Murphy has seemingly been one step ahead of Andrew Cuomo at every turn, opening things quicker, expanding.
Well, I don't think that's been the case until this. You know, I mean, I guess maybe on outdoor dining statewide, beginning on June 15th, he was ahead of us. But beyond that, he seemed to, until today, pretty much just be doing whatever Andrew Cuomo was doing.
Well, I don't know about that because he, Memorial Day, he opened gatherings, outdoor gatherings to 25 people. And we in New York are still at 10 as of today. So, you know what I mean? Little things. Listen, I'm no Phil Murphy fan at all, but it seems like to me, it seems like he's trying to hop out in front of Andrew Cuomo wherever he can.
Well, let's go find 100 people to gather with and find a place in New Jersey to host us. I think Nico knows some people out in New Jersey.
Yeah, Nico, I think, was at a gathering of over 25 people this weekend. I put some stuff on social media there.
Interesting.
It didn't look like a lot of distancing. No. It looked like a little later on there might have been some fluid exchanges going on.
Interesting. Wow.
It was quite the co-ed event, it looked like.
Wow.
You know.
Good for him.
Yeah. Did you bring a Domino's with you? I'm trying to get to the bottom of who sent the Domino's pizza to my house. I appreciate it, but the Secret Santa pizza person chose the Domino's. I don't know why, but Frank, anything else of note that we need to know? Anything that Reverend Sharpton has said, or anything crazy like that in our final minute?
I haven't been monitoring his remarks, but we are seeing the NASDAQ crossing 10,000 for the very first time. It's the first time ever that the NASDAQ has reached that milestone, the 10,000 mark, and that came just a little while ago. So hopefully that's a good sign and not an indication that we're blowing up another bubble.
Yeah, and today is one of those weird days because the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones usually are in some kind of correlated move, and today we have the Dow down almost 200, but yet we have the NASDAQ up. So it looks like there's a little selection, order of selection among investors today. The tech-heavy growth stocks in the NASDAQ versus the older school blue chips seem to be going down. All right, we're going down right now, but not for long. We'll be back tomorrow for a Woman Wednesday. Hopefully, Frank, you'll be here with me. Hopefully you will too. Same bat time, same bat channel, more liquid lunch.